Hello! Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out all of this stuff. You know, Elena makes it look so easy, and then I'm just like, what the F am I meant to be doing? Hi, Vicky. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Christina. Hi, Shahina. Hi, Becky. Yeah, I mean, I'm so unprepared. I don't even like have a phone holder or anything like that because my life is a shambles. Because, yeah, of course I remembered your name, Becky. Jeez, I watch your videos. Hi, Amy. Hi, Jenny. Oh, you're trying to get me on your telly. All the better to see all of my pores with. Unlike Elena, I'm not doing what you call it? What's the a makeup live? It's cool. I totally get feeling flustered. I'm always flustered at any given point. Sahil, hello. How's work? You're meant to be working. Back to work. Hiya, Jane. I'm on the big screen, so the tea pocket looks bigger. Hold on. Let's get the tea. And thank you to Paula. I do have pores. Look at them. Look at them. They're right there. And I have quite a few spots at the moment because, it shows that the hormones are working. It's like, hey, you're of reproductive age. Lockdown has started again. Did lockdown ever really end? Doesn't lockdown stay in our hearts, sort of like Christmas? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, I'm doing grand. Buying my feelings. I have more makeup coming in. I got all anxious the other day because they were talking about like a proper lockdown, and I was like, well then, let's revert to what I did during lockdown and just buy lots of things. So let's just say there's a Natasha Denona highlighter, the new one coming, which I talked about in a previous releases and rants. There is the Hourglass ambient lighting edit coming, and a few other things because I have problems. Hello, Princess Tippy Toes. How's it going? Cece has been wandering around. Brianna! I can't believe that you managed to wake up. Jane, you're doing better than me. Yeah, I got the Natasha Denona highlighter because, I have problems. I mean, I can, but also, I should really be funneling my money into proper things, But I mean, bearing in mind that I have loads of stuff here that I've gotten that I haven't even tested out yet because I'm a bad person. The Morphe 35C, which I blame on Missa. Do you like my lights? They're fun. They're nice. I'm going to show you some things that I've got that I haven't tried yet because problems. And I have 2 big Beauty Bay boxes right there in front of me that I will video with probably tomorrow. What would I say is the best highlighter that isn't glittery? Do you know what? I think the Benefit High Beam, it's liquid, but it's really nice. Like I quite like a liquid highlight. Did I just see testicles on the wall? I mean, they are quite testicular, aren't they? Freud would have a lot to say about that, but like Freud thinks everything's about sex, Yeah, there is a new one. It's part of their Christmas thing. So obviously I ordered it because I have problems. I also got the, the Fenty lip duo that came as part of their Christmas thing. So there's a red and there's a pink. So I need to try that out yet because I have problems. Angela, you mad yoke. I mean, nobody likes testicles. Angela, so you didn't get to sleep at all, and you're here. You're fabulous. I love you. Clueless at life. Yeah, sorry, I was very confused about how to start all of this. I'm generally confused with everything. So how can we have unopened boxes? I mean, they're not unopened. I mean, well, they are, but it's just I have, if you saw my makeup room, it's Cheryl, how's it going? Clara, you fabulous love, how are you? Yeah, I'm sorry. That was me just not knowing how to sort things out. Yeah. Um, I don't know if anyone's tried this. I got the Boots Glow brightening mist because I was like, oh, I wanna say, oh, Jenny, the makeup room is a bomb at the moment because I've just like been sorting through things slowly but surely. So, Victoria, you fabulous yoke. Do you actually want to, like, now bearing in mind, please don't judge me. My makeup room is a complete and utter like state at the moment because I am still tidying things up. Yeah, it's like what the inside of my mind looks like. Jodie, how's it going? Okay, I'm bringing you upstairs. Here's the grand tour of Casa Mulhern. You're watching while you're in the bath. Ooh, I like it. Okay, don't judge me. 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 Okay, so as we go in, obviously you see it's really weird because I don't know how I can. Oh, can I flip the camera? I can. Haha! There we go. Okay, so I mean, I'm still organizing things. So this is like the lipstick center because everyone needs a lipstick center. Look, these are boxes of things that I still need to sort through because I've been dragging things around and going back to full-time work has been interesting. So, I mean, you've already seen like the highlighters and the bronzers and the blushes. That's them. They live there. And then the actual, oh, it's yeah, I mean, it could be a lot worse. But like there's some amount of like general like organization, but I need to kind of get my SH1T together. It is a mess. It is. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's awful. Cheryl, those are the fabulous gems you got me. Come back, gems. I wore them the other day and I looked pretty fierce. And then, I mean, I have other boxes over here. This is what it looks like when I'm sitting down to film, if anyone actually cares. Here are my many brushes. Look at them. Look at them. Ba-da-da-da-da. What's my favorite palette? Do you know what? It's actually probably the Gone Rogue palette by Lois Cosmetics. I love it. And I have it just here. I'm going to take it out. Like it's nearby, which I think kind of says it all. And I mean, look at how battered and used that is. I love this so much. You want some swatches? Okay, I can do that in a bit. Yeah, I've recently cleaned all my brushes. Like I do an Elena and I try, yeah, Jodie, it's, I think it's like £19.99. Lois Cosmetics, she is so good. I mean, look at this. Hold on now. The shade Gone Rogue looks so pretty. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. And you see, you don't actually need a glitter primer for that. Oh, Lois is so nice. She's actually going to be on Releases and Rants for next week. So, oh my God, you're still waiting for those, Cheryl. You should have those by now. That is, I would message them about that. Oh, I love Lois Cosmetics. Like, it's so beautiful. I mean, I also have wipes here. Don't judge me. So let's have a little look at, I mean, look at that. Look at that green. And that's just a little dip in. That's beautiful. I'm not giving my middle finger to you. Or am I? And look at that gold. Look at it. And let's get the Gone Rogue there for you, Becky. Bear with me now. I'm so disorganized. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because we loved it so much the last time. Yeah. It does feel a little bit like I'm being disrespectful, but look at that. And you can build up that glitter. It's so beautiful. Because you can kind of see it. Well, I've taken a good chunk of it off my finger, but it is beautiful. Yeah. I'm a beautiful, a tash. Well, is it really my channel unless I have a mustache? And actually, Sahil, who was on earlier, he's the guy I'm saying. If you scroll up, you'll see his comment. He's so cute, it's really ridiculous. He has told me before, he's like, oh, look, you have a little tash. And I'm like, don't tell the woman that you are sleeping with. I mean, I'm not sleeping with a mother, if you're watching. Everything's fine. But don't tell her that she has a moustache, even if it is true. This is nonconformist. So let's do it. Je suis Pierre. Avez-vous des baguettes? Just ask him if he wants a mustache, right? I mean, I don't know how he can resist me, quite frankly. I mean, I couldn't be more beautiful if I tried. If anyone like walks in on this live now, they're like, what is happening? Like, what's going on? I mean, who knows? Who knows? I've just put on some lights so that you can really appreciate the moustache. So beautiful, so beautiful. They wrote poems about me. You know, Paris of Troy had nothing on me. Gotta follow those love languages. Yes, and actually he has been teaching me a little bit of Hindi. And I've learned kya hal, which is, hey, how's it going? And everything else I have learned has been swears. Multitonal tash. Yeah, I need to take this off now because it's bothering me. Not that like there's anything wrong with the formula, but I'm just like, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you having like some sort of a mental breakdown? I was like, well, possibly. In most of my videos, I think I'm having some sort of a mental breakdown. So, I mean, consistent. But yeah, that's the general idea of like what my makeup room looks like. As a follow-up from the Lois Cosmetics brushes, because I've used them a few times now and I've cleaned them. They are so good because no, I didn't get the platypus shirt. I'm starting to think that got lost, Jenny. I was thinking about that the other day. Thank you, Kelly. Maddie, how are you, my love? How is it going? Yeah, just back to the Lois Cosmetic brushes. You know how sometimes when you wash brushes, they lose their shape or they go a bit weird? Like I have that with a few of my Morphe brushes. Like say, for instance, I have, say, this Morphe brush and you can kind of see how the bristles have gone a bit weird. But these are perfect. Like so good. We have a terrible mail system. It's just pulled together on hopes and dreams. Yeah, do message them. Sorry, if you're seeing my thumb, it's just because I'm going through. I got the Lois Cosmetics eye brushes and love them. They're so good. They're so good. In terms of the Lois Cosmetics ones or the Jessup set, right? I like both. I do, but I would say, for the moment, Jessup has a lot more and I have a whole thing of Jessup brushes here. Jessup brushes have a lot more kind of options because Lois is just starting out. Also, Jessup brushes are cheaper. So for the moment, I would say Jessup brushes, but if you wanted to really treat yourself, Lois Cosmetics, I do really enjoy them. So, but I am very biased. I really like Lois as a person, so you can't trust what it is that I'm saying. BH makes good brushes. Yeah, I've heard that. I didn't get any of the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. It was just too rich for my blood. Just too rich for my blood. Didn't get any of Mario's stuff. Yes, Emma, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying you should get both. And if you don't, then frankly, you shouldn't be watching my channel because if we don't do the whole excessive stuff. There we go. Yes, I've put you into the ring light. I can kind of see what's happening there. You love Primark makeup brushes. Oh, well, there you go. I don't know what I'm doing, but them Bloomin' Natural Hair Morphe brushes. Hate that they splay out. Yeah, they're really bad for that. And then there's some that are really... Dean, you fabulous man. How are you? How's it going? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have 33 people here just to chat away with me. You can never have too much makeup, darn right. That is my general philosophy. Like I still obviously have to film how much makeup I have, like in terms of eyeshadow palettes, and I can't even lie, I'm nervous about that. Like I feel like there's going to be a frightening amount. Sorry, I didn't like the angle that was at. It was weird. It was like I was here and just like slowly creeping on you. Oh, thank you, Shahina. Yes. Becky, you fabulous lady, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I'm sorry I effed up the live earlier because like I had scheduled a live and then it wouldn't let me into it to do the live, and then I was like, wait, what's going on? So then I had to do something separately. I will ask Elena because she's so good at these things as to what the story is. Dean, I am good. I'm good. Got a little bit panicked yesterday because of all the talks about level 5, so I went off and I bought my feelings. So there's more makeup coming is what I'm trying to say. And like because I'm an idiot and like I've gone through like my blush and highlighter and bronzer, I was like, I don't have a lot of blushes and I don't have a lot of highlighters, so that's the stuff I'm going to get. And I went off and I got it. Like I shouldn't be allowed to make adult decisions. Like who thought, yes, we'll give this woman a job. Yes, we'll give her a debit card. What am I going to film next? Oh, I got some Milani blushes, Victoria. What I'm going to film next, well, I have already filmed, you know, the pink and gems thing. And it's just a chatty get ready with me. And that has been filmed and edited. It was meant to go up on Thursday, but I didn't get the chance because work has been bananas. But next thing I'm going to do is a Beauty Bay unboxing, and it's a general haul, and I've gotten a lot of Beauty Bay stuff. So my plan is to use like the 2 new Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. So one on one eye, one on the other one. I have the liquid eyeshadows, so I'll probably use them as a cut crease. And then I have a blush, a highlight and a bronzer from them as well. So I want to try those out and probably like some general like first impressions. My boyfriend said I had a problem and I was like, excuse me, there's room for more. Darn right, there's room for more. You're going to get the Beauty Bay new bases. I'm not sure. I'm really weird about like eye bases. I have a few and I don't really tend to use them. I keep using like concealers because I'm a weirdo. Like, Romy, oh, you fabulous lady, how's it going? I always end up mentioning you in my releases and rants. I have been editing that this morning. That has to go up later on this evening. Oh, Becky, level 5. Well, oh, the way they're doing this in this country is essentially there's various levels of restrictions in terms of the Rona. And level 5 is basically full lockdown, which, you know, no fun. Jade, how's it going? Oh, so Robert Welsh is going to try out the eye bases. That'll be interesting. I'm loving Robert Welsh. I loved, you know that video where he was trying out the Tahiti palette and he's just in such a weird, funky mood. And I'm like, it's me, Robert, it's me. I am trying to figure out where I can balance you so it's not quite so weird because I can feel my hand is getting shaky because I'm old. And now I'm looking at you from an angle like, hey, this isn't weird at all. You can see how old I am. Look at the bags under my eyes. I heard something, so that means that Cece's doing something. Never good. Never good. Yeah. You found a dupe for ABH, $5, excellent. Ooh, Wendy, tell us all. I stopped using concealer as eye primer because Robert said not to. Well, Cheryl, if Robert told you not to jump off a cliff, actually, no, you probably, if he told you not to jump off a cliff, that's actually quite good advice. Never mind. You need to get a discount code with Lois Cosmetics. I mean, that's the dream. That's the dream. Because particularly, like, I genuinely love her stuff. And I don't feel bad about recommending it. Like, you could see the state of that palette. I have reached for that an awful lot. And when you know how much makeup I have, it says a lot that I reach for this on several occasions. And oh my God, these, I'm weird. I like putting them back into their packaging. The metals, the liquid metals. Can we talk about those for a second? Honest to God, steal a dupe. Like, I really wanted to work with Lois Cosmetics. Oh, that would be fantastic, Romy. Jade, yeah. I'm very bad for that. Oh, if only. But I'm so excited about Lois coming on to, oh, they are better than steel, honest to God. And the thing is, you could see that from the swatches. Like, they're that bloody good. Like, genuinely. Like, I'm sitting here looking at all of my steel, kind of going, my main criticism is she needs more colours, which isn't even really a criticism in and of itself. But she also, like, I wanted her to, the iconic face swatches. I mean, I'm just going to say, I don't know what mood I was, actually, I know exactly what mood I was in. I had a very good Sunday. And I went up to film and I was just like, ah. I was in a very weird mood. The one thing I would say about the brushes is I do wish that she had put down like what each brush was, just because it's good to kind of know like which one is. And also I would say, you know, for her, if she's selling them singularly, then people can identify which ones that they want to get, because I think that's good. Tia, oh my love, I've been editing our releases and rants and I've just been having such a giggle over it. Like, which one was it that we had such a little, we've had a few little rants over things and us talking about dual-ended brushes, so my feelings on that are very, Amy, who was a pervert? Is it me? Because probably, you know. Got both palettes and only used one so far. Ooh, Jane, which one have you used? I've sent Redbubble an email. They sent Elena's with no trouble. Why is Ireland so difficult? Well, you know, it's because we've been oppressed for so long. That's what happened. Amy, yes, I am a pervert. That is correct, Amy. Agreed. It would be nice to have someone on them to tell me what they are. I just ended up buying some extras of crease and blend brushes. Yeah, because I think, you see, there are like some really lovely brushes here, and I know I could see myself wanting, because if I enjoy a brush, I tend to get the same ones over and over. Like, I have, like, say, my Sigma E36 and I have 2 of those. Yes, I agree, Dean. Dual-ended brushes are so stupid, and I'm like, why? I look so bad on it. No, Tia, you look like a goddess at all times. I look like a panda, but it's okay. We're just chatting about makeup with our friends. It's not a big deal. Yeah, dual-ended brushes are the devil, and anyone who comes up with them clearly doesn't know anything about makeup. Oh, the liners, Becky. They're so good. And for the price, like I have, let me see, do I have it here? I have like, can I find it? No, of course I can't find it. But I have a Soap and Glory like felt liner, and it's not fantastic, but it's more expensive than these liners, and these are really good. It's bananas, like friggin' nanas. Like, I think these are now my go-to like liners. I've told everyone at work about them. Just people at work getting unsolicited like makeup advice. Just, Lois, you fabulous queen, how are you? How's it going? Real Techniques are pretty good as well. I've had this brush, I would say maybe 10 or 12 years, and it's still pretty darn good. Like, I still use it all the time. So, you know, whatever you want to say about them, they're pretty good. Oh, Lois, fantastic. I'm so glad that they're going to have names on them next time. That makes me really happy. I'm delighted. There's only one thing that has a use of being dual-ended. Who's the pervert now? Brushes are so important. Hells yes. Have I tried the VE Cosmetics liners? No, I haven't actually. I ended up being so confused by their new launch this week, the Cradle of Filth. Again, watch releases and rants when it's up. I was confused. Yes, Jenny, we are perfect together. I can't wait to meet you and hang out. I will make you come and hang out with me, and we'll do like a video or something together. Because, by the way, for anyone who for some reason doesn't know, Jenny has her own YouTube channel. So that's Princess Jenny. For the love of God, go follow her. She's brilliant. She's so talented. It makes me want to cry. I saw something there from Dean, and I'm trying to scroll back. Did you see Robert's video reviewing Mario's brand? He made it extremely useful for MUAs, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see myself using Mario's brand because I'm not a makeup artist, obviously. Like, I just smoosh things onto my face and hope that they stay there. But I could see that, yeah, the palettes were made for makeup artists. And I believe even Elena was saying that at the time. Elena is not here because she's asleep, because, you know, time differences are always fun. You know, one day I am here, but I'm cleaning while I have a little energy. Kylie, you're doing better than me. Artitude have released a black liner. Yes, I literally saw that after we finished filming, because I just had a sneak peek at it, Cheryl, and I was like, what is it? Is it a liner? What's going on? So there's another brand, Lavender Boutique, who are doing something similar, but they have coloured liners. Again, we talk about it this week on Releases and Rants. Tia, thank you so much for filming with me. You're such a star. I love filming with other people on these, because I think if I'm just talking about it, I just get very like snarky. Laurel, you fabulous lady, how are you? But yeah, if I'm just like filming by myself, I just get very like meh, and it's no fun to watch. And then I'm watching back and I'm like, why are you the worst person ever? She should be awake. Luckily, you can't see me yawn. Oh, then again, I'm still not dressed yet. Who needs pants? I mean, that's essentially my battle cry. Who needs pants? That's the fun thing of working from home. I'm like, I don't have to put on a bra. I just put on a hoodie. Missa, why so sad? Although I feel like I should have said so serious. Why so serious? The Book of Magic, and I loved it. Yeah. Ew, nobody invited Missa. Yeah, no, I was just in Aldi and it pinged Teresa is live. Rick, get in the car. I've got somewhere to be. Laurel, brilliant. I love it. I have a great personality. Well, that's not what some of my exes have said. They found me grating. But there you go. Lois, oh, go away. Stop. I need to practice my poker face for anything that's not my personal cup of tea. Oh, Lois, I have no poker face. Franca, how are you, my love? Oh, I'm so peed off at this whole Rona situation, because by now I would have definitely met Franca, because she'd have been over to Ireland or I'd have been over to Germany. But it's very annoying. Have I watched The Social Dilemma yet? No, I haven't. I've been up to my freaking eyeballs in work. Oh, who knew that starting a new psychology program would be so much work? Seemed like a good idea. Exes are exes for a reason. That's what I tell myself. Told my other half I was busy doing my makeups and not leaving till 3, as I didn't want to miss this. Oh, Cheryl, the emotions. And then I see that Claire is saying that she's off to visit her son and dog in a muddy field, and that's why she can't come to my live. I'll be frank, Claire, not a good enough excuse. Not a good enough excuse. I mean, look at all we're doing. Oh yes, Jenny's new hair colour. Oh, I've always wanted to be a redhead, but I kind of think the fact that I am so pale that I blend in with the wall probably wouldn't go that well, but I would love to be a redhead, and it suits Jenny so much. Yes, film with the lowest palette, please. Because when you asked Missa the other day as to which one, I was like, the lowest one, please. The lowest one, the lowest one, the lowest one, the lowest one. Because you will just love it. You will just love, hold on. I'll get the, because I've swatched the Gone Rogue, and I know I have the rose metal here somewhere. Yes. Look, it's a chaotic mess in my makeup room, beauty room, whatever it is you want to call it. But I know where things are. I can find them. This is the rose metal. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, you guys know me. I'm not really into neutrals, but this is a neutral palette I can get behind. I mean, look at this. Victoria makeup, Jenny, you lie. Oh, Jenny looks beautiful, irrespective. Like, Jenny just wakes up beautiful. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, okay, let's, the shade Self-Love. Let's look at that. It's very reminiscent of one of the shades from the Natasha Denona Love palette, but formulated better, because anyone who knows me knows I did not enjoy the Natasha Denona Love palette. It was not good quality. She's very hit or miss, Natasha Denona. So that's Self-Love. Oh my God, I always forget how buttery Evelyn is. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I will do swatches like this anymore because, frankly, I've never looked so beautiful. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that shade in particular makes me want to weep. Victoria, I swear to God, it's beautiful. And when you come to Ireland, because I know like it can be tricky getting stuff from Lois Cosmetics because it's UK and over to the US, I will get you this. Actually, I must buy this for a friend of mine. It's her birthday, it's her 30th, and I want to get her some nice things, and I'm like, I think I'll get her the Rose Metal palette because I think she'd really enjoy it. She's not as obsessive as makeup as me, but she is just the loveliest person ever. Yes, I agree, Lois. Face swatches are the only way to do it. Oh, Missa, the Gone Rogue's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the green, the chartreuse. The chartreuse makes me have really questionable things. I mean, I have used this so much. Missa is one of the few people that really knows the extent of my makeup collection. So she knows I have a lot of stuff. So the fact that this is as used as it is says an awful lot. I've dipped into this like a frightening amount. So the fact that I keep going for this when I have, what? I don't know how many eyeshadow palettes. I think that kind of says it all. And I'm happy to recommend them. Lois, one day we shall collaborate and I will do a palette with you that's just filled with greens and purples and blues. You know, that's my dream. That's my dream. Yeah, get the Gone Rogue. I agree with you, Becky. She needs to get the Gone Rogue. And I think she would just do beautiful things. The face swatches are fantastic. I love them. I'm back. Sorry, I had to feed Mimini. Did I pronounce that right? Probably not. The palette that I was swatching was the Lois Cosmetics Rose Metal. Beautiful. For a neutral palette, and you know what I'm like. The top shade that I had on was the shade Self-Love. Sometimes, when it's late at night and I can't sleep, I just come in and I swatch it and I look at it and I'm like, why is it so beautiful? Yeah, my tea has definitely gone cold at this point because you made me come up and look at my makeup room and this is what happened. So yeah, we'll F off downstairs and we'll have an actual chat. But 43 people, I can't believe it. What are you doing? I love it. Oh, well, you know me, I'm just an attention-seeking whatever. I did actually end up accidentally locking Cece in the makeup room the other night, which she chewed through because I keep her food in there because I can't have her be in a room where the food is because she's like her mama and she'll just eat it all. And she chewed through the bag. Like, why? Like, you didn't need to chew through the bag, baby. You didn't need to chew through the bag. It's a crime in Yorkshire to let your tea go cold. I mean, yeah, it's a crime here too. I have the Rose Metal, but your face swatches are making me lust after the Gone Rogue. Yeah, the Gone Rogue is amazing, to be fair. It is fabulous. Tea. Still drinkable. Yeah, and oh, Nina isn't able to be here today, but look at what she sent me on. Look at that. Green glitter. I'm so excited. So I'm going to try and use this at some point because I still have to film another Makeup and Murder, and I was thinking I would do Albert Fish because a few people asked me for that, and I'm like, yes. So, I mean, look at that. Isn't it gorgeous, Dean? It's fabulous. And I mean, Nina is a complete and utter sweetheart. Yeah, the ginger crew. I wish I was in the ginger crew. Fun story. My cousin Tara. Should I say her name? Oh well, whatever. She doesn't have the same surname as me, so it's fine. She has red hair and she's a couple of months older than me. So when I was adopted at 6 months old, my parents were like, "Oh, we'll socialize them together." I've never tried perfusion. Actually, perfusion are pretty darn good. Elena talks about them all the time. Fairly certain that she's like a shill or something. But yeah, when I was adopted first, she would have been about a year old. I was about 6 or 7 months old, and we were put together, and I became obsessed with her. Now, bear in mind, I was a chunk of a child because when I was put in foster care, there was about 8 other kids in the home with me, and they all decided that they were all feeding me. So by the time my parents adopted me, they were told to put me on a diet because I was a massive chunk because everyone kept feeding me. So I was the same size as her, if not bigger, even though I was younger. But I was like obsessed with her hair, and she was a really plastic kid, because I think I made her the person that she is today. But apparently I was like obsessed with her hair, and I used to just like tug on it and grab tufts of it and try and plonk it onto my own hair because I thought that was how I would get red hair. So yeah, eventually she turned on me one day and just wigged me and was like, "Nah," and then I didn't do it again. Yeah, we are both adopted. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Feeding is a sign of caring. Yes, Sahil was on earlier. I have been feeding him an awful lot lately. I've never seen somebody eat so much food in my life. It's amazing. Yeah, I need somebody to make me cakes. Just going back. Jade, yeah, I do make him a murder. I don't do it that often. Maybe like once every 6 weeks because my life is hectic. I'm even struggling to sit down and do videos at the moment because I've just so much work going on. It's bananas. Dessert first always. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. That's what we can do now as adults. We don't have to have anyone telling us to eat our dinner first. Like, no thanks. Can you get perfusion in Europe, or do I have to ask Elena to give me a code? Yeah, you can get perfusion in Europe. I know that, like, say for instance, like TK Maxx and stuff do it, and I'm fairly certain you can get it around like other places as well. I'll also be making fudge as it's almost Christmas, so I'll do little packages and send you one. Sweet merciful Zeus. Oh, I assume also that you guys want to see Cece, because, you know, bear in mind, sorry, that's my sitting room. There she is. Look at her. Hello, Floof. You are a noble Floof. You are a good girl, aren't you? Yes, yes. You are a good girl, aren't you? Boop, boop. Hi. Poke the nose. Look at you, you're a precious little Floof. Precious little baby. If anyone came in now, they'd be like, anyone who wants fudge, I'll do a poll and you can choose your flavour. I want all of the flavours, Jenny. All of them, thank you. Look at you. Look at that. These are the cold-hearted eyes of a killer. Fudge. Fudge, 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 fudge. Cecily, you may have to go back and get more fudge. Cece. Cece, baby. Oh, what do I do for a living? I am a behaviour analyst, so I'm a behavioural psychologist, but I'm also a lecturer in psychology. So most of what I do is obviously it's lecturing 9 to 5, but we're starting a whole new program in the college that I'm working in, so there's a load of work on that. But I also work as like a behaviour support specialist, so I consult on programs where there are kids with additional learning needs. Yeah, Cece is beautiful. I do love her. Vegan fudge. What got me into psychology? I mean, honestly, a big part of it was the fact that I was adopted, and I was really interested in knowing if I was the person that I was down to the way that my adoptive parents raised me, or was it that I am the way I am because of genetics. So I was really interested in that. And then I was always interested in why people are the way they are. And then from there, I have struggled with mental health myself for years. I've very severe major depression, generalized anxiety disorder, and panic disorder. I've very well managed. I do really well on it. But that kind of inspired me to go into that. And then I went into the area of behavior analysis and autism because it's something that personally affects me. And I have a lot of family members with autism, and I love it. I love it. So yeah, that's how I got into it. Nature or nurture. It's like, technically I'm a behaviorist, a behavioral psychologist. So the consensus from that side would be nurture. However, I do think there is an interaction between nature and nurture. You may biologically be predisposed to have a certain temperament, and your temperament impacts other people's behaviors towards you. So, and then their behaviors towards you impacts you further. So it's an interaction. It's not as simple as saying it's nature or it's nurture. I think if you're really understanding of the literature, you would say that there is an interaction. Brianna even just was like, yeah, both. Like it is very much. But there's still people who in very well educated in psychology, and they will try and tell you, oh, it's one or the other. And it isn't. It's both working together. That's my opinion. So yeah. Spectrum here. Amy, are you on the spectrum? Autism? Yes. My sister trained to be a CBT therapist because she was suffering with social anxiety and she wanted to find out why. Yeah, honest to God, so many people go into this area because of, their own stuff. I like to think it's an interesting story, Dean. I'm a very interesting person. Yes, Jenny, when are you on live? You were talking about 2:00. So what time is it now? It's what, about 10 to 2. So we can wrap this up in 10 minutes so we can watch Jenny go live, because, that sounded a bit wrong, Jenny go live, but there you go. Sorry, just constantly poking at this. I'm a personal caregiver for my son Aiden, who has Dandy Walker syndrome, congenital brain defect. He's doing well. Awesome. Well done you. Amy, high fives. High fives. Yeah, autism is quite a gendered thing. They're less likely to give a diagnosis to somebody who is genetically female, because they're like, oh, women are expected to be quiet. Nah. And that's why a lot of women don't get diagnosed until they're much older, which is helpful. Thanks. I have had dates tell me I am, but never had any shrinks. So I think they were trying to reason out my honesty. Yeah, sometimes that's kind of the thing. Yeah, it's hugely gendered. And like, don't get me wrong, like obviously a lot of these things are genetics, and we're talking about X and Y chromosomes, etc. And if it is that it's a faulty X chromosome, because a lot of these things are, then a female has 2 X chromosomes, obviously XX. So then if at least one of them is intact, then they can rely on that. But males, they only have the 1 X chromosome, they are XY, and if the X chromosome is faulty, then they are more likely to manifest in whatever. That's why we have things like color blindness are more likely in males, because of the defect on the X chromosome. So the logic is that if it is a gendered thing, like an actual, gender being a social construct, sex being, the biological thing. But if it is a biological genetic thing, it would be down on the X chromosome. Rosie, you fabulous lady, how are you? I've missed you. Do I think autism is more common these days? And do you think a lot of people are trying to use it as an excuse for child's behaviour even when they haven't been diagnosed? I mean, it's an interesting one. The statistics would say it's more common. Like, technically the prevalence rates have increased. However, a big chunk of that is that we've gotten much better at diagnosing things and understanding the spectrum part of autism, and that it's not just this one small person. It is just about awareness and understanding what these things are. In terms of it explaining away behavior, I mean, a lot of people have a tendency to try and use anything to explain away behavior, but my general feeling has been most of the kids that I work with autism, they are fabulous kids, and their behavior makes an awful lot of sense when you look at the context that they're in, that they're like, hey, I don't know how to communicate, so I've just decided to bite you because that seems to work. So it does bug me when people try to say that a negative behavior is because they're autistic, and I'm like, no, it's not. You don't have this behavior because you are autistic. That's stupid. It annoys me. It's circular reasoning, and it's just bad. Rosie, I'm fine. I'm chilling out, hanging out. I can't get over that 40 people are here. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I've nothing interesting to say, but there you go. Yeah, no, it annoys me. Some of my favorite people are on the spectrum because I know exactly where it is that I stand with them. They will call me out on my BS. I will call them out on theirs. It's an easier way of living, quite frankly. Yeah, it's communication issues. So when people say, oh, when they try, oh, because I inevitably end up on a program and they're like, oh, he does X and Y, you know, because he's autistic. And I'm like, that's not it's not how that works, my friend. You know, if you tell me, you know, for instance, he does X because he's frustrated and doesn't know how to communicate his needs, then I'm like, yes, absolutely, that's far more correct. Oh, thank you. They're so good. I love you too. My partner's nephew is autistic and he can be naughty as he is going through puberty, but he is so well behaved 99% of the time, and he's so lovely. And you know what? Him being naughty has nothing to do with him being autistic. He's a kid and he's going through puberty. It's hormones, you know. Like, it's so funny when somebody asks me if a kid is doing something, they're like, it's because he's autistic, and I'm like, or is it maybe that, you know, he's a kid? Like, maybe it's that. You know, and again, it's that whole spectrum thing. Mel, you fabulous lady, how are you? You're just home from work. More stretching and stuff. My sister is trying to say my nephew has autism, and he's actually telling people he is, and that's his reason for not going to school, etc. It angers me. He hasn't even been diagnosed. Jesus. Yeah, trying to use it as a fallacy for certain behaviors is not okay. It's just not okay. It's not helpful for people who are on the spectrum then, because it again leads with this idea of this is what autism is and it's inherently negative. I mean, the amount of people who get really upset because their kid is on the spectrum, and I'm like, it's fine. They're alive. They're well. You know. It's not a bad thing. It's just a different way of viewing the world, and you know, sometimes we need that. Some of the greatest minds in the world have been on the spectrum. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the comments. Yeah, exactly, Wendy. It's a condition, so needs are different. My kid's school did that. Oh, he does this and this, so we know he's on the spectrum. This is why in my field, behavioral psychology, we don't really look at the diagnoses because we're like, that's not really helpful. We look at the behaviors and we kind of go and figure out, well, are they adaptive or helpful for that person in that context? And then we'll look towards facilitating and supporting a person within that environment. Like, that's what it's about. We don't think like, oh, well, he's doing this because, you know, the autism. It's, well, what do they need right now? Oh, we see that they don't know how to communicate their needs. Let's maybe teach them how to, you know, use sign language to ask for things. Rosie, see you later. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. But yeah, my niece has autism, and if she isn't the best person ever, I'll fight people that girl say, hells yes. Hells yes. I agree with you, Haley. I agree with you. There's a reason why I work with that population. They're just like, my cousin's kid is on the spectrum, and he is honestly like sorry, I've got to get all like weepy, but he's my favorite person in the world. He does this thing where when I visit him, he goes to my handbag, and I inevitably have lipsticks and stuff in there because, you know, I have problems. But he'll root out all the lipsticks, and he'll choose which one he wants me to wear. So I have to come with a bare face. And he'll ask me to put it on, and I'll put it on, and then he'll be like, kisses. So I have to kiss him all over his face, and then he goes over to the mirror and he goes, I see all the love. And I'm like, and he's so sweet. But I remember, I mean, I had such an issue originally because I knew he was on the spectrum and doing all of that. But when we originally got him diagnosed, they were all like, he can't do this and he can't do that, and he'll never walk, or he'll never talk, and he'll never do that, and he'll never do this. And I'm like, wrong. He can now write out his name. He's a little bossy pants. He like tells his brother and sister to get ready for school. Like, he's on it. He's like 8 and he makes his own food for lunch. Like, you know, he's awesome. Like, it's such a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you treat kids like they have an issue, they will have an issue. You have to bolster them. I remember I was working with a kid once, and she dropped something on the floor, and I was like, come on now, pick it up. And she pulled down her shirt, and she showed me this scar here because she had like heart surgery, and she just went, and I was like, well, that doesn't stop you. You can still do it. But she had people use that as an excuse for her not to do things. So, you know, it became this self-fulfilling prophecy that she just wouldn't do things. But it changed really quickly because she soon realized, no, there were these expectations of, you will do things and you will speak to us and you will treat people with courtesy, etc. Like, you know, it's all about the way that you approach kids. Like, they're great. My sister is a teacher at an autism specialist primary school, and I think she's an inspiration. I'm an accountant. I don't make that kind of difference. Look, everyone has to do their own job. I mean, look, here's the thing, right? People might have this time last year kind of been like, oh, anyone who works in Tesco or whatever, it's such a menial job. And now in 2020, we're like, they're the frontline workers. Hurrah, thank you. Like, every job is important and does something. So never put yourself down or be like, oh, I don't do something important. Like, everyone does something important. That job has been created for a reason. Unless you're a clown, in which case I hate clowns and they make me genuinely nervous and a little bit sick. Just because some people need extra help or a different approach doesn't mean that they won't be able to do it. Exactly. And it's a part of the issue, and I always end up lecturing on this, is that most approaches are based around the average, but there is no such thing as an average person. So we end up missing a whole chunk of people who may be struggling for something or struggling with something, and it's not helpful. It's not helpful. I'm very much of the approach that you need to look at each person as an individual and figure out their needs, their motivations, center things around them about what it is that they need to, you know, excel in life, rather than kind of treating them as a number. Lois, you are not a clown. I do not accept that. I do not. And Lucy, you're right. It does. The accountancy keeps you in fancy makeup. So, you know, there you go. Bad behaviors take time to unlearn and good behaviors take time to learn. Absolutely. And particularly, like, I've worked with kids who have learned that, like, I bite, I get things, and, you know, that has worked for them for a year, and it's really confusing for them then when they're no longer getting things because they're biting. That takes time, you know, and then you have to teach them a replacement behavior of, for instance, you know, teaching them to point. I've had to work with kids where they haven't even known how to point for what it is that they want because they just haven't learned that along the way. Yes, but if I don't want to cuddle, I shouldn't have to. Oh my God, thank you. I have had to put my foot down on a number of occasions with people that I work with, or people that I've worked with, that they're like, oh, I want my kid to be able to accept hugs from people. And I'm like, no, I'm not intervening on that. That's not okay. he's an autonomous person. He makes his own, he or she or they make their own decisions. If they don't want to accept a hug, they shouldn't have to. It is their own personal space. I'm not intervening on that. I will intervene if they are biting themselves or biting other people. I don't know why I keep going for biting. I've worked with a lot of biters. But I will not have anyone come in and tell me that I need to work with a kid to get them to accept hugs from other people or give hugs to other people. Not okay. Not okay. Yeah, consent has to be taught from a young age. That's the whole thing. And it's such a confusing message that they're being taught, oh yeah, you go and give such and such a hug. Oh, I don't want to, but you have to. No. And then we're wondering why we have such an issue around consent. And I'm like, maybe if we trace it back here. Maybe. I'm like, they're a living human being with their own thoughts and feelings. And if they don't want to hug somebody, they don't have to hug somebody. Like, just because they're your kid doesn't mean that you have ownership over them and everything that they do. So it's not okay for you to say that they should be doing this. I think that is a form of abuse, making them do something they're not comfortable with. Absolutely. Particularly something like that. I mean, yeah, every so often you have to get a kid to do something they don't want to do, like finish their vegetables or, brush their teeth. But something like a hug? No. Yeah, I wouldn't be big on the whole physical touch thing myself. I've some things around that. So, yeah. Forcing hugs definitely confuse it. And Mary knows all about this because she's a teacher. So she and I have had a couple of conversations on this, and we're generally of the same sort of disposition on this. Yeah, Wendy, no biting. You wouldn't force someone who isn't on the spectrum to hug you. So why a kid on the spectrum? Oh, I have seen. I remember I was working once with a kid, and she was Down syndrome, and this other woman came over and she had a kid with her, and she was like, she told the kid that she was with to hug the girl that I was working with, and the kid was like, I don't want to, and then she was like, oh yeah, but you have to though, because she's special. And I was like, no, she's not special, she's just a kid, and if that kid doesn't want to hug that kid, that's fine, leave them be. Don't make an issue of it, don't differentiate her from other people. That's not helpful. Continuing this narrative of you are different and should be treated differently. I get that it was coming from like a place of trying to be inclusive, and I'm sure that that's where she was coming from, but that's not how you do it. It's not. And I can be very blunt on these things, but I am very like, no, just don't do this to tiny humans. Don't let them have their autonomy. Let them do what they want to do. If they want to hug somebody else and that other person will accept the hug, fantastic. If they don't want to hug somebody else and the other person doesn't, well then, fine. What makeup is next on my purchase list? What isn't? I got the Black Moon Cosmetics. That is coming at some point. I got the Urban Myth palette. Yeah, that's the Urban Myth palette from Black Moon Cosmetics. I got the the green blue one that was the was it Sparrow Cosmetics and Butte Bean collection. That is coming at some point. I have ordered the Natasha Denona highlighter because I have problems. In terms of what I'm going to buy next, there's nothing that I have seen in the last week that I necessarily want. Am I going to get the Shadow Moon Cosmetics glosses? I have ranted a lot about glosses at this point. Jennifer, you're here. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Yeah, I'm just like sitting on my couch, just being ridiculous as per usual. Sorry, I'm just looking back on comments. Marlo still won't hug me, but we are making huge progress. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Go for it, be blunt. Some people need it. Yeah, honest to God, I think I've just learned that. Yeah, some people think they're being inclusive, but they aren't, and it's just, how it is. What's the beef with glosses? I feel like I missed this. I mean, it's not really that I have a beef with glasses. I mean, glasses are fine. I mean, I have glasses right in front of me because I lost my mind and got the Fenty stuff for Christmas. But there's just so much glasses coming out now that I'm like, what's happening? And we can't really wear glasses these days because we have masks on, and glasses just stick to the masks. Like, at least with, say, like liquid lipsticks. I did get the liquid lipsticks. I will use this in a video soon. Then, like, at least with, like, say, a liquid lipstick, they're brilliant for under a mask. They will stick and they're fine. Glasses are fine in a non-COVID world where, you know, we don't have to worry about that sort of thing, but now we have to worry about that. I like a glass in the summer too. I do. Well, my hair always gets caught in it. It's really annoying. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with a glass. The world doesn't need any more glasses. Well, I think Tia said it best last week in our Releases and Rants, where she was like, you just need one glass and you put a lipstick underneath and then you put the clear glass over it and you're done. You have a glass for every occasion. So I'm like, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Just saying. By the way, I love how, like, Elena will do like a 2 or 3 hour live and she's doing this amazing intricate look, and then here's me like an absolute bum here for over an hour just talking absolute rubbish on the internet. But, you know, yeah, I want to show you more stuff that I got recently because, I mean, why not? I mean, I'm not going to show you the Beauty Bay haul because that's part of a video that I will film later on this week. But I blame this on Rebecca JU, reporting for Beauty Duty, because she used this palette and you had to pop off. But that's all right, Callie. Don't worry about it. A bum potato. The bum cream. I lived for Tia saying bum. I lived for it. Bum. I got this one. I had to. Greens. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. Of course, I blame Rebecca. She used it in a video and then I was like, I had done so well and I hadn't got it, and then I got it. So thanks, Rebecca. I have got some bits for Rebecca for when she's visiting. I'm looking over there because I have them hidden over, well, not hidden, but I've them put over there for when she comes and visits. I've also put some things aside for Missa for when she arrives again, because BH have been knocking it out of the park in terms of their quality. They're Sweet Shop palettes, which, by the way, I have the blue one there. Is it in here or somewhere else? I always have the blue Sweet Shop palette here for Missa. Yeah, I need to visit to get my BH palette. Not because she wants anything else. Actually, no, she does. She wants to come here for Tato and she wants to have a Supermax again. That's what I'm assuming. Then I got the Mimosa palette because I was like, yeah. I mean, the secret is Missa actually can't stand me as a person, but she comes for the makeup, which, you know, fair. She loved Supermax. Like, we were just sitting out in my garden and she was showing me the crow. She can do an amazing crow. Supermax is like a fast food chain in Ireland. Weirdly, there's a branch in Sydney in Australia because the Irish are taking over there. But it's really nice. It's like a fancy McDonald's, but it's so much better. It's so much better. I also got the skincare thing because I want to try that. I got the Urban Decay Stoned palette because I have problems and I wanted to try it. And I got the Too Faced Born This Way matte. Again, I blame Rebecca. And here's your palette, Missa. I had it at the end of this. So it's the blue one. I had to get it for her because she just kept talking about the blue. And I was like, so we'll have a look at Missa's palette. There you go. You happy, Missa? Look at it. It's waiting for you, along with some other bits, because, you know. Well, Laurel, you need to come over here to Ireland. I'll bring you to Supermax, and we can have some burgers together. I mean, I'll have a veggie burger, because, you know. But there you go. Don't drop it. Oh my God, can you imagine if I did? And it's limited edition as well. Do you know what really annoys me? People are, you know, going off and buying all of these things and then reselling them. I Are the Sweet Shop palettes still available? No, they're not. They're not. I got these a little bit ago for our girl, Missa. Because when she saw me use the blue one, she was like, I want it. I hate though that people have been buying up the limited edition ones and then reselling them on for like an extortionate price. That just rubs me up the wrong way, because I'm like, you don't even like makeup. You don't even care about makeup in the same way that somebody like I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have like an obsessive love for makeup, and I'm aware of that, and I'm like, meh, it's okay. I don't drink, I don't smoke, it's fine. We're all going to spend 2021 visiting sausages. Oh, honest to God. It's not even funny as to how many people I want to see. Like, I'm going over to see Jenny at some point. I'll be going over to see Mary, Lucy, Rosie. I mean, so many people. Thankfully, at least I get 40 days of annual leave. So, you know. Yeah, people who buy stuff to just resell it. Cheryl, yeah, you need to come over. Like I'm just saying. Franca, I need to see as well. You know. We're going to drink all the tea. I really want to go to Betty's tea shop. I want to start with Franca in Germany, then Tia in Finland, and then Nissa in Australia. Yeah, I'm desperate to go and see Tia. I'm desperate. Because I figure when I go and see Tia, I'll probably like see about getting a hostel or like a hotel or something to go and annoy her. Apparently they're releasing the Sweet Shop palettes again. I mean, quite frankly, I don't understand why they ever made those limited edition in the first place. That was so stupid. Yes, Betty's. I love Betty's. That was one of the like tea brands I actually really enjoyed when I was over in the UK. Because tea is a little bit different over in the UK than it is. Although what I will say is the tea that I liked the most when I was in the UK was Yorkshire tea. That was the tea. It was the closest thing that I could get to Irish tea. It was very upsetting for me. So my mother, when she used to come over and visit me, she'd just have like this suitcase filled with boxes of tea. Tea is essential. I mean, I at any given moment have like a spare big box of tea in my house because I drink a frightening amount. Yorkshire tea is good. It's very good. Is TK Maxx not great in Germany? No, it's not. It's not fantastic here either. I miss some of the UK TK Maxxes. I'd love to go to like the TJ Maxxes in America because they look amazing. Some of the things that people have picked up there, I'm like, or isn't it? They have Marshalls as well, and you can pick up some great stuff. Becky, why can't you drink tea? That's devastating. Victoria, you know I plan to visit you. I also really want to visit Elena as well. I don't know how I'm going to like afford that. Like, because going to America is expensive. Lions or Barry's? Okay. I drink Lions during the day and then I drink Barry's decaf at night. So, yeah, that's generally. I was raised in a Lions household. Must be an allergy, yeah, you're right. I drink Twinings. I never got into Twinings. It's just not enough flavour to it. Laurel, when you come over here, I'll have you try some of the teas here. Everyone always shows their high-end palettes finds in TK Maxx. Mine just has busted up old Nick's palettes. Truth. I have found some amazing things in TK Maxx at times. Like I found some Becca stuff. I found some ABH stuff. I found Natasha Denona there once. Natasha Denona. Very confusing. Very confusing. Yeah, Barry's. Yeah, I mean that's the cork drink. Yeah. Morning, Missy. Although I suppose technically it's afternoon here. You try to check your TK Maxx once a month. That is important. Like with breast checks, you have to check your TK Maxx once a month. It's 9 here. Where are you again? Oh, yeah, you're over in the States. That's fair. That's fair. I always end up buying rugs in TK Maxx. Oh my God, I can't go into TK Maxx because I just end up buying like homeware stuff. I'm like, oh look, here's another cute mug. Like last time I was in TK Maxx, it was in Kilkenny, and I realised I was wandering around the shop with like 2 different pairs of oven gloves and some dish towels. And I was like, you don't need these. You don't actually need these. Put them back. I did, I put them back. But now I realise I actually did need an oven glove. Because I only have like 1 oven glove. I think I lost one at some point. Or it's gone somewhere else. So, and I saw such cute oven gloves because they had foxes and stuff. And I was like, I do love TK Maxx. Yeah, oh, I agree, Jennifer. The thing is, it's one of those weird ones where like you go in and then you just end up buying stuff that you didn't think that you would get. Lidl is like that. You go into Lidl or Aldi and you're like, I'm just going in to get milk, and then you come out with a leaf blower and you're like, how did this happen? I did not plan this. Yeah, Primark, exactly the same. You go in for some socks, you've bought €100 worth of stuff. How? Matt loves Home Sense. Oh God, yeah. Home Sense is brilliant. It's so odd but amazing because he doesn't moan when I'm in for ages. Oh, that is the dream. That is the dream. Yeah. I mean, that's my idea of a day out, is going into places like Home Sense or like Dunelm. Oh God, I miss Dunelm. I love Dunelm. Like that lamp is from Dunelm. I do miss Dunelm. And I have like a cute little cat lamp over there as well. So, you know, easily amused. Brought a lot of this stuff with me from the UK. Do you have Home Goods or Marshalls? No, we do not have these things. It's very upsetting. We have very little. We have a lot of begrudgery, you know, and general ill will towards other people. That's just, you know, it's Irish. My mom got me fancy bedding from there for when I went to uni. Ah, love it. Yeah, when I went over to the UK and I found Dunelm, I was like, and I'm buying all of my homeware from here. Like this fox cushion, which is from the kids section of Dunelm, but I don't care. I love it. It's brilliant. I mean, you try and tell me that isn't wonderful. Although, you know, sometimes then I have people come to my house, like colleagues, and they're like, yeah? Oh God, IKEA, you need a whole day for IKEA though. Like, it's brilliant, but you need a whole day. But thankfully they have like a restaurant there, so you can, you know, make it a whole day. You'll bring it to me. Excellent. You have healthcare. We have Marshalls. Priorities. It's like a really shitty choice, isn't it? It is really cheap food in IKEA. Oh my God, like, yeah. We need to do that as a day out at some point. I have so many ideas of things I want to do once, like, we're not in a pandemic. Wouldn't that be nice? Just, you know, going and seeing people and annoying them and having days out, because I want to go over and see my Zoom queens. So these are some sausages that I'm very, very close to, and go over and annoy them. IKEA for the candles, yeah. I've only been to IKEA once and never had food there. The food is good and it's cheap. It's very cheap. Like, I enjoy it. Wembley IKEA is a day trip for my family. Go in for breakfast, have a look around then. Yes, that's it. It's a whole day trip. Like, you know, anyone who thinks they can go in and out of IKEA are insane. We have to do the Ninja Warrior experience when you come and go, Abe. Yeah. I mean, I do plan on coming and visiting you, Missa, whether you like it or not. I'll just be there, like, clawing at the window and being like, hi, let me in, like a weirdo. Don't know why I'm clawing at your window, but... And you're in an apartment. I'm not that tall. Suppose I could get a ladder? Surely there are ladders in Alloa. Should I say where you live? Oh well, there you go. It's scary and fun. Okay, you'll let me in, thank you. I'll bring Tato. And the mint Maltesers. You know, there you go. That's how I win everyone's favour. With food, you know, because I'm not good with other things. I'm just like, here, this is how I show I care. Stuff. I've always wanted to go, Ape. We have one close by in Yorkshire. Yeah. Oh, we should totally do that as like a day out. Have a few of us go and do that. Like, Jenny, if you're coming up, then you and I could get like a hotel room or something together. Don't hug me, bring me food. Yeah, I know that. I knew not to hug you when I met you at the airport. I knew that, and I had food for you. Didn't you say food or feeding means nurturing? Yeah, pretty much. It is, yeah. Northern Irish tato is better than Irish tatoes. It kind of is. Yeah, I agree, Victoria, because I've had the Northern Irish ones and I'm like, why is there a difference? But there is. Like, because Paula brought some to me and I was like, they are good. They are very, very good. Jenny, it looks like you have to bring Missa with you. Just FYI. So, going to IKEA next weekend as a treat for finishing my 2-week recovering from my op and self-isolation. Yes, Jade, treat yourself. Treat yourself. I'll bring homemade fudge when I visit anyone in Yorkshire tea. Oh my God, fabulous. Swinging sausages and trees, not one to be missed. I mean, somebody needs to record it. Like, somebody needs to record this because I feel like it would be excellent. I hope you're feeling better, Jade, by the way. And I really hope that you've been milking this whole, feeling unwell, recovering from an operation and getting like loads of love and attention and nice things. Because if it was me, I'd be like, oh, death is so close by. I think the only thing that will help me recover is another eyeshadow palette. Oh. See, you can use that. I mean, this is a very weird live. Like, if nothing else. But, you could do that. Although, mind you, Sahil, if he's hungry, he says the most ridiculous things. I've never seen anybody who eats so much. But he said to me at one point, because he hadn't eaten in a whole 2 hours, that it felt like time was moving slower. Was time moving slower? And that he could feel his blood pressure dropping. I was like, you're so dramatic. You're so dramatic. Like, oh, he eats everything I make for him. He's just like, this is amazing. This is so good. And I'm like, thank you. My action skills are amazing. They are. Quite frankly, Meryl Streep is afraid that I am up and coming and I will, take her trophies from her. Oh, enjoy, Missy. Enjoy. Oh, honest to God, Missa, like when you get asked for seconds, you're like, oh my God, it's happening. Update on the platypus. They're sending another. Yes, I'm very excited. And I will wear it in a video soon. Because I'm thinking I'll do like these lives like once a month or once every 6 weeks, just as a like, hello. And we can chat and just talk shite, essentially, is my general thoughts. If you guys are, I mean, there's 35, 34 of you. I can't genuinely understand why, but I wildly appreciate it. But yeah, I was just thinking we could do something along those lines like once a month. Because, it's fun to check in and you can ask me questions. Yes. And hopefully, because I did it via poll and the Saturday seemed to work, but I can, thank you. I've not been able to get any attention because they put someone in our room who had COVID. So I've had to send my son to live with his grandma and self-isolate since coming home. Oh, Jade, you should get like extra attention now and just be like, I could have died. It was all very difficult, etc., etc. Yeah. But yeah, I'll put up a poll again in the next, like in about a month, just saying what days, times, etc. suit people, because I know for quite a few people this is actually quite early in the morning or late at night, and I want to see how I can suit as many people as possible. Oh, Jade, you poor thing. 2 weeks of isolation, that is just, that's horrible. Definitely you need to treat yourself and engage in loads and loads of self-care. I'm a big proponent of that. And chocolate and tea and snacks. Maybe don't eat your feelings. That's probably not the best advice for me to give. Considering I did a video with Mel, sustain It's just sustain. I can never remember the full title of her channel. It's like Sustain Fit and Healthy Living. Don't eat your feelings. I did that for many years. It's not a good idea. Do something else instead. Kill a person? No, don't kill a person. Yeah, don't kill a person. Although I suppose if it comes between emotional eating and killing, maybe emotional eating is better. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like isolation would be so much more appreciated if it came with a live-in butler of some kind or on a beach with nice weather. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. Saturdays are good as I can stay up late as there is no school lunches to make and get kids up for school. Sunday sucks. Listen, if I don't eat my feelings, I'll drink them. Fair. Yeah, Saturday kind of works for me because obviously I'm working Monday to Friday. So yeah, it works well for me. Only if you know how to properly dispose of the body. Well, what I would do is I would dig a very, 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 very deep hole. This is going to be used against me at some point. And I would put the body in there. And then I put the dirt over it. But then I would get the body of a recently deceased animal. Now, because I love animals, I won't have killed the animal. It would have died of natural causes because, you know, at the end of the day, priorities. And I would put that on top of that and then bury that again. So then when the cadaver dogs come and they're like, we smell something dead, and they dig and dig and dig and they find like a dead cat or a dog or whatever, then they're like, oh, this is what they were smelling. And then they don't find, you know, the body. So I've thought about this too much. Probably shouldn't say that on first dates. Cat litter soaks up the juices of human fluid, and the scent of cat. Little animals won't pick it up and dig it out. Oh my God, we're doing this, guys. We've figured out. My friend Moon picked me a giant bar of Cadbury's that's bigger than my torso. Jade, that is a true friend. Emma, I'm only in danger to myself, not to others. Jennifer, thank you. We'd have so much fun. I'd bring a flask of tea, you know, snacks, because, you know, murdering and disposing of bodies is a lot of work, you know, and I will take care of the people who help me take care of the body. This is now quite cold, but I've committed to it, so I'm drinking it. I've got a great spot for a body. I'm saving it for Rick, though. Bring the PPE, yes. Because it's still a pandemic. A 20-gallon drum and a bag of lime is easier. Oh my God, my brother once threw lime in my eyes. Like directly into my eyes. It was so bad. He got absolutely killed by my mother at the time. Oh my God, actually, that reminds me. I had a very weird incident during the week. I don't know, will I tell you this? No, I will. No, I'll say it. No, will I? Or should No, I'll say it. Okay, so there's somebody I know, but I have known them for a little bit, but they don't know that much about me. Like, we don't talk about our personal life. Okay. So he didn't know that my younger brother is dead and has been dead for almost 10 years now. Oh, this is weird. So he was over the other day and we were kind of chatting, and like, again, didn't even know that I had a brother because we have a very superficial sort of a friendship, and he would say that as well. And he just said to me, do you know anyone who died very young? And I was like, I'm 30, of course I know people who died young. I know many people who died young. And he was like, okay, this is going to sound really weird. But he was like, anytime I ever see you, there's like a teenage boy that hangs around you and he has something around his neck. My brother hung himself. So I was just like, oh, okay. And he was like, I just keep seeing the word J or the letter J, and I don't know what that means or what that refers to. And I was like, oh, well, my brother's name was John. And he knew a lot of details that he shouldn't have known about where he was. Anyways, it was very strange. But yeah, he was like, because he had messaged me a couple of weeks ago, back when I was going through a really, really rough patch, this particular friend, and he was asking if I was okay. And I was like, what prompted that? And actually, that's part of what prompted this conversation. And he said, well, actually, he kind of came to me and he said that you weren't doing so well and he wanted somebody to check on you and, you know, say that everything was going to be okay. And I was like, that is so weird. That's really... And now I am so skeptical. I am like, I'm science, I'm all the way. But he knew a lot of things that he shouldn't have known. And it really... Like, he was able to describe my brother. Like, he was like, oh, he's proper cheeky. And, you know, he has a weird sense of humor. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, he just hangs out with you a lot of the time. He was like, he misses you and just, he wants to be with you. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I just thought that was like, I was going to mention that in a video at some point, but it was, yeah, it did slightly creep me out. But he was able to describe him perfectly, and I don't have anything about that up on social media. Like, he was able to like physically describe him, and like describe, like, even words he used were like, my brother had a pet name for me, and nobody knew about that bar myself and, say, my immediate family. And this person used it when speaking to me, and he said, oh, blah blah blah, he said, and insert pet name here, that you're going to be okay. And I was like, how did you... Because I don't have that anywhere on social media. Nobody knows about that outside of my family. So I was like, it would be very odd. Anyways, it was just very odd. And I was like, oh, okay, that's different. And you see, my brother died before I would have had any sort of a real social media presence. So I don't really have any photos of us up on like social media or anything like that. So there wouldn't be like any link. It was very, very, very strange. Very, very strange. But yeah, it did not creep me out, but I was like, oh, that's odd. That's odd. But this is the sort of person that he'll randomly message me out of the blue, and it's usually when I'm not feeling great, and he's like, I had a feeling that you weren't feeling good. And he said that that's why that he gets messages, and I was like, oh, okay. That's perfectly logical. But yeah, I mean, there you go. It's almost Halloween. That's a weird... Robert Welsh, do you want to use that as a ghost story? It was interesting, if nothing else, I guess. But again, I am such a skeptic, so I'm like, I don't know how he got that information or knows that. Like, if it wasn't for him saying the pet name that my brother had for me, that only myself and my very immediate family would know. And by the way, this person has no links to my immediate family at all. He's never met them, doesn't know them. So, weird. Rebecca! Hello, my love. How are you? Yeah, I'm still live. Jesus, this went on a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, it's nice to hear something. Like, you know, you kind of don't want to think that's the end of it. But yeah, it was pretty strange. Like, pretty strange. Yeah. But that was my weird thing. Yeah. And I mean, he didn't get, like, I mean, it was weird because, like, obviously, like, I didn't pay him or anything for that. He's just somebody I kind of know. It was very strange. Very, very strange. But yeah, there you go. I love that you've come on now, Rebecca, and I think I'm like wrapping it up essentially, because, like, I mean, we've been here for an hour and a half and I've done nothing, although I did blame you for some purchases, so, you know, it's fine, because I was just showing like a box of things that I gotten. 'cause I have problems. Oh, exactly, Mary Helen. Why is he not paying for the rent? This place is expensive. Like, cheeky, cheeky. Yeah, Rebecca, you missed my weird story. I will voice message you with it later. Oh, I'm so glad you're in a good mood. You deserve it. You deserve nice things. That's what I tell myself when I buy things. I would say it to you as well. Will we just say goodbye to Cece, who is probably in the exact same position? Because I think, yeah, Rebecca will want to see her. Oh, okay, that's oh. Hi, baby. I love you. There we go. No? I love you. I love you, Cece, and if it's quite alright, I love my Cece. She's such a weird, weird cat. I love my Cece. No? Are you alive? Are you... Poke the nose? They told me to do it, Cece. Boop. Oh, that seemed to work. Look at that. You are a good floof. You are so special. Rebecca, she's looking forward to meeting you. She said she will look for cuddles and attention and lots of boobs. You know, she's a good girl. But yeah, I mean, that's it. Thank you for joining me on whatever the F this was. Like I said, I'll do this once a month, once every 6 weeks to just generally do whatever. Yeah, Rebecca, I expect that you won't leave her alone, and that's kind of what I hope for, because she would love that. She loves attention. She just follows me everywhere, and she loves it, having people around her. But yeah, so we'll leave it at that. I want you to go around having the rest of your day. I still have to edit releases and rants, so I have most of it edited, but it takes a bit of time because it's yeah, Rebecca, I'm going to annoy you for love and attention. I'm going to feed you. Oh, thank you for joining me, Jenny. You're such a doll. And I will have you at some point on releases and rants, because I need to figure out who else to have on, because I like having this whole rotating panel thing, and I like the whole being able to like showcase other people. Oh my God, releases and rants, doing it live would actually be such a pain. Just trying to get the pictures and stuff up. Enjoy, Brianna. Sleep well. Yes, Jenny, I'll make you be a guest. Anyways, yes, guys, I will chat to you later. Thank you so much for coming. Bye. Yes, Kylie, do please do it with me. That sounded wrong. You know what I mean. Night to some of you. Good morning to some of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, week, month, year, all of that. Oh, thank you, Jade. I am a fabulous singer. I still have to be discovered by Simon Cowell. But yeah, that's it. Chat to you later, guys. Bye!